Panther Nation, welcome back. We got Coach Selman and Coach Garnes here, back with the show that connects you with TIS Athletics. And Coach, this is our last show for 2023.
Yep.
You know, this is our 15th episode, and you know it's been great.
Yeah, it has. It don't seem like it's been that many either, man. It's been fun shooting them.
I know, and we've had some great guests.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we've had some good content, good things to talk about as it relates to TIS athletics and activities.
For sure.
Because we've had some Scholars Bowl people on. We've had middle school. Homecoming candidates,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We've had some lower school athletes that we've brought on,
Yeah.
some coaches. So a plethora of people and teams and activities on the show.
And we're just getting started.
Mm-hmm. And so now we get ready to roll into 2024.
Yep.
You know, it's just been something that came as an idea that is now what we call a nationally syndicated show.
Absolutely.
You know? And so moving on, you know, we always start with our team shout outs, right, Coach? So what teams do we want to shout out?
Today we're going to shout out our 7th grade middle school boys who knocked off the #1 overall seed last week in their game. And those guys have dealt with some adversity, but to go and beat the #1 overall seed last week was pretty big time, and I'm sure a confidence booster for you guys. I hear Luther talking about it. He was pretty excited, talking about his point total and whatnot.
He played well.
So definitely got to shout those guys out because very deserving of it.
Yeah, you know, Coach, and me and Coach Rogers talked about this. The boys, you know, when they came in, were focused.
Yeah.
Mentally, they were ready to play a game, and they brought that when the game started.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
Luther has some good moments. Rashad Shotto,
Mr.
Triple Double, as he claims
Yeah.
on his Instagram post or whatever social media. He's been playing well.
Yeah, for sure.
And also Demario Holmes, you know, has had some good moments.
Shooting the ball really well.
Shooting it well. And then, you know, we have some other role players that stepped up in that game too, and it helped us to pull off the victory. So I'm super proud of those guys. And, you know, right now they're about 4th or 5th in the league. But I think that win puts the league on notice to know that our team is really, really talented and capable.
And you talk about, you know, we know they got the talent, but, you know, you got to go in with the mindset and the focus to go and get the task done. No one's going to take us lightly. We know that, you know, we're going to get everybody's best shot anytime we step on the court. So hopefully those guys understand that, and, you know, you won't have any more mishaps. And every game they go in with that same focus because, again, they got the talent to win any game.
For sure. So shout out to those 7th grade middle school boys representing well. Moving on, upper school boys and girls champions in the Marion Classic Tournament.
Yep.
You know, this is back-to-back years for the boys, right? And the girls picked up that championship this year. And it was a hard-fought game, Coach, against Berean Academy on the girls' side.
Oh, yeah. Fun environment. You know, the girls are a little excited with the crowd and all the noise. And then you think about it, you know, our leading scorer goes down in the second quarter pretty early on. And our girls just rallied, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when Zoe went down, she didn't hold her head. She continued to cheer the girls on the sideline. And they just rallied and battled adversity throughout that game, and at the end just pulled it out. Yeah.
You know, in the first, quarter, Coach, the score was 18-3.
Yeah.
I mean, we were on our way, you know, to a major blowout.
Yeah, we were.
I mean, the girls were communicating, talking well. The defense was really good.
Sure.
But they had to fight hard to fend off a really good Berean Academy team.
Yeah, we talked about it last week on the show. That team will never just lay down. Their culture, they know what they do, and they've been doing it for a really long time. At a really good rate. So we knew going into it, even with that run to start the game, we knew that, you know, they wouldn't just give in and let us take that win. We knew that they would fight and claw back. So, you know, that was our message all last week, was just we got to be able to withstand that and take their punches and be able to outlast them at the end. And I was extremely proud of the girls. We talk about that's just a small snippet of what we want to accomplish this year, but very proud to go and take care of business in that tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. On the boys' side, they pulled off again, like I said, a back-to-back Marion tournament champions, and won in convincing fashion.
Absolutely.
I mean, all of the boys played well. I think we had 4 or 5 that may have been in double figures or close.
For sure.
And we see that almost every game from our boys. Everybody's getting touches on the ball. Everybody's scoring. The ball is moving and sharing. And everybody seems to be having success, and making an impact in the game. And I think that bodes well for our boys team as we get deeper in the season. And you talk about accolades, right? We had 3 members from the boys team and the girls team make the all-tournament team.
Yeah.
Right? So we had on the boys side, it was Jalen Phillips-Gray, Luke Henderson, and Sarayan Dennis, who all had outstanding tournaments. And on the girls side, you had Steffi Safi Solomon, Dina Holmes, and Zoe Buckner Franklin, who still made it and missed most of that last game.
Yep. And then it speaks volumes to our program as well as our future. You think about on both boys and girls side, you got 1 upperclassman each making that all-tournament team, and then you got 2 underclassmen making that all-tournament team. So the future is definitely promising. We got a lot of young talent around here that's being molded by our older talent. So it was fun to see. Again, it was a great environment for TIS and the fan base. To see 2 championships back to back, and then to see our players get called out. And not only did they stand out athletically, but we had academic accomplishments as well. Making the all academic team in that tournament too. You had Chelsea Demuro on the girls' side, as well as Sylvia Selman on the girls' side, making all academic team, which we're proud of as well. Yeah,
and on the boys' side, Sarayan Dennis and Mason Lipsey. So it displays excellence, right? TIS vision of excellence in academics, athletics, and activities. Also, Chelsea won the girls' free throw champion as well.
She went 13 out of 15 twice in that, and they have them shoot 15 straight free throws. That's not easy to do. You know what I mean? So we were extremely proud of Chelsea to go out there as a freshman. Go out there, no nerves, and just knock them down.
And it's cool, Coach, because we talk about the TIS vision. We talk about athletics, right? And excelling there. Academically, we excelled there. And as we talk about activities and shifting gears, our Varsity Scholars Bowl team.
Absolutely.
Went to Sedgwick last week and were champions there. They were 6-1 overall and came back home with some hardware and some medals. And so that's the 3 pillars: academics, athletics, activities, and we displayed all of them just in the last week. And excellence in all those things, and championships in those things, which is really, really cool.
And you think about the programs, think about how many of those kids are doing multiple things.
That's right.
Sylvia's doing basketball as well as Scholars Bowl. Our guy Eli is doing multiple, he's doing swimming, he's doing Scholars Bowl. So, man, just a fun group of kids around here. I'm extremely proud of them. And before we close here, I also want to shout out our cheerleading squad, man. They held it down, man. Lots of energy. And we even had some of the basketball girls go
out there, honorary cheerleading.
I guess they've been practicing on their own because they didn't miss a beat.
They knew everything.
Oh, my goodness.
And, Coach, speaking of the cheerleaders, one of our favorite chants is getting ready to hit the scene.
It's on its way.
It's on its way. Shoot that ball. And we talked with Bria about that, and we had a meeting with her. And we said, hey, you got to put that one in.
You need that one.
So, Bria, we hope to see Shoot That Ball at the next home game.
Absolutely.
Right on. All right, Coach, it's that time. We got some kids that balled, and they get that call.
Hello?
I talk to them all the time. Like, if y'all want to be on the nationally syndicated show, Panther Nation show, you got to do something out on the court, in the activity room.
We don't just bring anybody.
We don't just bring anybody. And some people get multiple calls back, which is really cool.
Sure.
But this week, Coach, who we calling?
Man, so as we touched on a little bit earlier, talking about the all-tournament teams in the Marion Classic, so why not bring on those players, a couple representatives from that all-tournament team? So we'll be bringing on Luke Henderson, Sir Ryan Dennis, and Zoe Buckner Franklin.
Okay, let's give them a call. All right, Coach, well, we got the young people here. You know, two of my favorites.
Phenoms.
The Phenoms. Sir Ryan was still taking a final, so we want him to focus on his academics and be excellent in that.
Sure.
But these two were done, so we brought him on, Coach. And like the segment says, you ball and you get to call. And that's why they're here today. Coach, these two made the all-tournament team, you know, as freshmen, which is a big honor.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, for them to excel at a high level, you know, not much experience, high school or varsity, but they did have great tournaments.
Absolutely.
You know, and so let's just get right on into it and talk to these two young freshmen.
Let's do it.
All right. So, Luke, we'll start with you. Luke Henderson, the man, Mr. Shea. The juice, right? I mean, what's going on out there? You know, you're playing in the game. What are you noticing from, like, middle school, you know, because you're transitioning now, you're playing varsity basketball. What is the adjustment that you have seen, or what's different?
In high school, it's more of a physical game, more faster, just more turnovers than I would expect. You gotta play through the contact.
Yeah, and you obviously did that well at Marion, you know, making the all-tournament team. And, you know, what's that experience like?
It's different because that's the first time I've ever been selected for anything like that. First time I've ever been, like, brought up to it. So it was different, and it was a fun experience.
And so they calling your name. They're saying, we're announcing the all-tournament team. Did you think at that moment you played well enough to be there, or were you surprised?
I was not surprised. I thought I was going to make all-tournament team.
Yeah, absolutely. As you should, you know, because you did ball,
For sure.
Coach. And, you know, I coached this young fella last year. Again, we were CPMSL champions, regular season and tournament champions. I tell everybody that all over the nation. And he was fun to watch. He's been fun to watch. I've been watching Luke play since like second grade.
Sure.
And he's been juicing jokers since second grade, man. And so to see him out there and doing it at a high level in a varsity game has just been excellent.
Yeah, for sure. One thing I want to touch on is, you know, we've had many conversations through the few years of me being able to see you play, coach against you, watching you as a fan. I've noticed just a maturity difference in your approach to the game. Would you say you feel that same thing as far as maybe middle school ball to now high school? Do you feel a difference in the maturity?
Yeah, I do feel a difference. I feel like my IQ has expanded more. I know plays that are going to happen before it happens, so I feel like, I've matured like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man, and that's good. And, you know, this is just year one.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, now, Coach, our boys are ranked number 1 in 2A.
I think they can thank us a lot for that.
Yeah.
The whoopings we put on them.
Yeah, most
for sure.
definitely. In the summer.
Yeah, for sure.
In the off season, we would come in and we show them a thing or two. So they definitely have learned a few lessons from us, you know. But Luke, we're excited for you. Yeah. We're excited for the team. We're excited and just, you know, glad that you're part of Panther Nation, man. And we look for big things for you in the remaining of your career here. Zoe Buckner Franklin. I've been knowing her for years too, Coach. and she's been doing her thing for a long, long time. She made the all-tournament team as well.
Yeah.
You know, she's on the radar in a lot of places. She's been doing her thing, and now she shows up here on the show.
Mm-hmm.
So, Zoe, same question. You know, you missed part of the last game, went down, but did you feel like you were in a position when they're getting ready to call the all-tournament team? What's going through your mind? I'm on there, or are you surprised?
I was thinking, yeah, I'm on there. But I was also thinking, like, when Stephanie and Dina got, I was like, yeah, them too. Because let me tell you, Dina, yeah, she was blocking everybody.
Yeah.
She was blocking everybody. So Stephanie be aggressive, I think, yeah. But I wasn't really, like, surprised like that. Because I played my hardest when I was out there.
Yeah, and you impacted the game in a major way. I mean, you had, I think, the first 10 points of the championship game.
Yeah, she was on pace for one of those.
Oh, man, that was about to be a special night, you know, before she went down. But the team rallied, and they did their thing and helped pull us on to victory, which is good. You know, Zoe, you're a freshman, right? You've had some interest from some different schools that are looking at you. You know, how do you feel about that process? You know, being already a freshman, but you're getting some Division I looks, and you know you're on the radar in some places. Like, you know, how does that feel?
It's like, it's nice, but like also it's just like, you know, you got that target on your back and you got to keep going. So I kind of look at it as if I'm playing before I even had offers. I'm still going to play the same, you know, train the same. I'm not going to be cocky, like none of that. Just stay humble.
Stay humble. And that is absolutely true.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing I want to touch on, because to me, you got something that I didn't develop as a basketball player until the college level. And it took help from numerous of coaches of mine. But you communicate with your coaches. If there's something you notice, you have no fear in communicating, whether that's in game, whether that's just throughout the day, preparing for a game. You have no issue with texting, whatever it is on your mind, or asking questions. Has that always been a part of you, or is that something maybe you just developed here in a recent year or so?
I think it's always been like a part of me, just kind of communicate with the coach. Like, you know, I feel like if you trust your coach, like, I mean, the in-game situation will come easier to you, you know. You'll know what to do on the court. You know, I feel like if you just hold back, once you're on the court, then it's going to look like you don't know what you're doing. So I feel like, you know, if you have a question, something to say.
Yeah, and Coach, you know how we're both coaches, right? And you know how important it is. And Luke does this too, I think, having that player on the floor, the coach on the floor that helps people get in the right space, you know, knows where everybody should be. And you can trust that more times than not, they're going to make the right decision. That's going to impact the game and make the team better.
Yeah, definitely two players that, like you said, they're only freshmen. So you think, you know, their junior, senior year, coaches might not even need to coach too much. We got them two on the floor, and that's a coach's dream, where you can game plan and get them prepared, and then when the game time comes, you just sit back and watch it all happen because you got two leaders on the floor who you trust and know that's going to implement your game plan.
Yeah. So to end the segment, what are your goals individually and collectively as a team as we make our run towards the ultimate goal, which is a state title? Luke?
I think my goal, I don't really have any personal goals. I just want to win state and help all my teammates accomplish what they need to. I don't really have any individual goals.
Okay. Zoe?
For me, my personal, I would just say keep my body healthy and stuff. Like, you know, keep training, keep working hard, just stay humble. And like for the team, you know, make sure like we're all together and definitely win state this year. We definitely can do it. I think as long as we all stick together and have that team chemistry, we're gonna be good.
Very good. I feel the same way. I know you do too, Coach. And you know, we do this to have fun, but we do this also to win championships.
For sure.
And that is the ultimate goal here at the independent schools, excellence in athletics.
Yep.
And these two young people are great examples of that.
Absolutely.
So we wish you all well the rest of the season. And anything we can do to help you reach those goals. I know Coach is coaching hard. I'll be on the sideline doing my thing, but we know that you're going to be successful individually and collectively to help our team win state titles this year.
Thank you for joining us again on the Panther Nation Show with Coach Selman and Coach Garnes, the show that connects you to TIS athletics. We want to wish you a happy holiday season, and we'll see you all back in 2024.
Go Big Blue!